Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back to the second in-depth candle review of the day. I hope you are having a fantastic afternoon. If you missed my first review earlier this morning, I shared my thoughts regarding the Bath & Body Works Apple Crisp fragrance. So I will link that in the description box. Feel free to check that out if you are interested, but obviously in this video, we are going to tackle Kringle Reserve Pumpkin Spice Latte. Now, unfortunately, this one is already sold out. It's sold out pretty quickly. I'm not surprised that it's sold out. Normally, I like to review my candles at the halfway point, but honestly, I burned through this one very, very quickly. And this is going to be an empty review because you guys, I already finished it. So let's dig in and discuss my experience with Pumpkin Spice Latte. First of all, this one was sent to me in PR, so I want to be upfront about that. I am a Kringle ambassador, so usually if new candles are released, a lot of times they will send ambassador samples so that we can share our thoughts with you guys. So that is how I got my hands on this one. I actually wanted a second one, but by the time that I went to go place my order, like I said, it had already sold out. So I did not get a backup, but I will definitely be personally repurchasing this one because I love this fragrance so much. But also I am one of those basic pumpkin spice girlies. I live for Starbucks to release the PSL every year. Now I can only do one pump in my grande latte because I think that their pumpkin spice syrup that they use is a little too intense for me. It's a little too sweet, but that one pump is just enough of that delicious fall spice that, I don't know, it's a game changer. I just love it. So anyway, I'm in my PSL life right now. So let's dig into this one. We will read through the scent description. We'll talk about the fragrance notes. I'll tell you exactly what I smell here. We will talk strength and throw, which we do have some variation there because there are some other people who experience this candle in a very different way than I did in terms of strength and throw. So that's definitely something that I want to address. And then since we have completely burned this from start to finish, we can definitely tackle obviously the overall burn qualities. So let's go ahead and dig in. Pumpkin Spice Latte is the essence of cozy fall mornings, where warm nutmeg and cinnamon blend seamlessly with rich coffee and spicy clove. It does say close here, so I think I just spotted a typo on the Kringle website. I will be passing that information along to them. A creamy vanilla base adds a smooth, indulgent finish, perfect for savoring the season. All right, the top notes here are nutmeg and cinnamon. The mid notes are coffee and clove, and then the base is vanilla and cream. All right, so let's dig in. The coffee note. I feel like that's kind of where we should start with this one. I really think that there is a lovely, very smooth, very non-acidic coffee note in here. It's done really well. I do think that when it comes to coffee fragrances, Kringle usually knocks it out of the park, and this one is no exception. I love the coffee in here. The creamy component. So a latte obviously, you know, has steamed milk in it. I do think that the base of the vanilla and the cream definitely implies that kind of frothy steamed milk for sure. This is definitely a sweet fragrance, and I think the vanilla that I'm smelling here is quite sweet. But I really like this creamy portion of this candle a lot. I think it blends incredibly well with that coffee. And then we have the addition of the classic fall spices of nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove. And I tell you what, they are both in here in just the absolute, like, most fabulous amounts. The cinnamon is not super overpowering or aggressive. The clove is not, you know, too strong. I always feel like you can never have a nutmeg, but I also happen to think that there is just a lovely amount of nutmeg in here as well. Listen, does this smell like a Starbucks PSL? Yeah, I think so. They did a really good job with this. And actually, the next review that you guys are going to see is the Bath and Body Works pumpkin spice latte. So I had kind of forgotten that I had that one as well. So it probably makes sense to maybe have me review that one after this video here. So that's the last video you'll see today. But I think that I prefer this pumpkin spice latte over the Bath and Body Works version. Although their version is really good too, but the burn with the Bath and Body Works one is getting a little bit rough. So that's definitely a strike against that one. But yeah, you guys, this one, it's pretty straightforward in that it does smell like a pumpkin spice latte. It's not terribly exotic, but is it really well done? I think so. I love this. Now, the strength and throw. Listen, the strength and throw of mine was a solid 8 out of 10, like for both the strength and the throw. This filled up the bulk of the downstairs of my house, so much so that I had to be very mindful about what else I was burning, because I usually burn 2 candles at a time. And this one is so potent that it filled, like I said, the bulk of the downstairs of my house. That is actually not the norm when it comes to most Kringle candles. I don't mind that a 2-wick Kringle candle like this doesn't fill my entire house. Like, I don't have unrealistic expectations. I have very high ceilings. I have a more open concept situation. And it can be hard to fill the space here. This one had no problems. Here's the thing though, there are some people who say that they can barely smell their pumpkin spice latte. I think there is some kind of batch variance that happened here, and I do know that Mick and Kringle are definitely aware of this, and they're going to be addressing it. If you have not left your review on the website, if you purchased one of these, please leave your review so that Kringle can see, you know, if you like dealt with some issues. I'm sure it's got to be a nightmare trying to figure out what went wrong where when it comes to stuff like this. But my experience with this one appears to be vastly different from some other people's experiences. And then there are also other people who had, you know, the same experience that I did, where this one was plenty potent for them. So whatever happened, I really hope that they can figure it out and tweak it and fix this and then bring it back. It is obviously in the reserve lineup, which means that we will see it again at some point. We will never receive notification as to when it will be re-released. It'll just randomly pop up on the website, but that is how Kringle handles the reserve launches. So for what it's worth, my experience with this was really, really positive, and I would absolutely repurchase it. In fact, I'm bummed that it's currently sold out because I was going to put one in my cart, but yeah, but when I went to go place my order, it had already been, it was gone. So I will definitely purchase it again for sure for next fall. So yeah, no complaints on the strength and throw for me. Overall burn quality. Listen, this burned incredibly well. The last burn, there was a little bit of like discoloration that I noticed that formed on the last layer of wax down there. But as I was going through this one, it maintained that white creamy color for basically from start to the start of the last burn. But in terms of like cleanliness here, I'm just gonna kind of rub the inside of this. Like there's a little bit of discoloration that I can see on my finger here, but compared to the other, like that is all. That is the only discoloration that is on the side of the jar here. After finishing this entire candle, it burned so well, you guys. Such a clean, amazing burn, and great strength and throw. I mean, I almost hate to harp on the strength and throw and how good mine was, because I know there are some people that are very disappointed in theirs, but they have to figure that out. And if you had one of those candles, please let Kringle know. I think it's so important for them to receive the feedback. I obviously had a pretty rough experience with the Reserve Japanese Maple. That one was, Now that was an unscented candle from Kringle. Like that one, I couldn't even get it to perform in the candle crock. So something obviously went wrong there. Yeah, at any rate, I love this one. I can't wait for it to come back. I had a great experience from start to finish. Very pleased. And yeah, for what it's worth, I love it. Smells like a pumpkin spice latte. I don't think you can go wrong. Please let me know what your experience was with this one in the comments down below. If you're interested in checking out what is currently available from Kringle, I will link them in the description box down below. I will also put my discount code down there. That will save you 15% off of your purchase. Works with some of the sales, doesn't work with every single sale, but always worth plugging that in, or obviously, you know, use your rewards points as well. But yeah, this one, 2 big fat thumbs up for me, but I know there are some of you who are probably not going to give this one a thumbs up. So if you're one of those people, do not be afraid to leave your thoughts down below. I think a healthy discussion of, you know, what's going on with the overall quality is important. And Kringle is one of those companies that does actually appreciate feedback. Obviously, be constructive. But I think the feedback really does help them to do better. So anyway, subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. And I will see you guys in another few hours. And we will discuss the Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Spice Latte and talk a little bit about how it differs from the Kringle version here. All right, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.